I'd be very concerned for these other teams because I believe they're the two young teams that are on the up are the Bengals, and I think the Texans are a team. I put the Texans and the Bengals over teams like the Bills. I do. I do. I'm not.
Now that's the conversation. Have
Yeah.
the Bills regress? That's the conversation we need to have. They've gutted their entire team. They better have one hell of a draft. You know, I remember they'll forget their GM said,
Yeah.
I hope we're never in a position to draft the Jamar Chase.
They had some lean years, and without getting too much into their build, and you know, I don't want to suck bad enough to have to get Jamar Chase. Like, he's a heck of a talent. I'd love to have him, but you gotta go through some lean years to do that.
Well, brother, I mean, it's looking bad over there. I know you guys just signed Curtis Samuel for $30 million in a rich wide receiver infused draft. How does that make sense? How does it make sense? This is literally a deep wide receiver class, and you just gave Curtis Samuel $30 million over the course of 3 years, or $10 million a year. That's what you just paid him. To me, I think that while Brandon Breen is good at acquiring talent, I think that he is a reckless spender. I think the Bills are atrocious at spending.
Yep.
It's the reason why they had to restructure Von Miller's contract, right? It was ridiculous what they signed him to. It's the reason why they had to gut their entire roster. I don't know. So for me, I think that the Bills are gonna look really, really weird this year. I'll say that. I think their offense could still be okay, right? I think Joe Brady is a fine offensive coordinator. But you have real questions on that Bills team now.
Yeah.
You have real questions on that Bills team now. I do think Curtis Samuel fits their offensive scheme more than Gabe Davis did actually. Fast guy. He could do well. I just don't agree with giving him $30 million.
Yeah. I also think, and this is the part for me, I think their weapons, it's sexy. And Joe Brady definitely wants that. One, I think, was actually underrated. I think Mac Hollins was a very underrated signing. And the reason why I say that is I think Mac Hollins he's not as good of a player as Gabe Davis is, but I saw what Mac Hollins did with the Falcons. Mac Hollins had success. He is a very good 50-50 ball guy. And that's a good compliment for Stephon Diggs. That's a good compliment for Khalil Shakir. That's a good compliment for Curtis Samuel. So my concern with the Bills is going to be their defense. And yeah, man, the conversation in my eyes is obviously the Chiefs are the reigning champions, but the Bengals and the Texans in my eyes are the two teams that are clearly on the up. I think the Bills are on the decline. The Ravens are still consistent. There's a lot of good teams in the AFC. The Jaguars are still, trying to find their way up. There's a lot of good teams in the AFC. So